here. Welcome to the second episode of my ultimate Shining Nikki battle rating guide. I will be sharing breakdowns of your styling power and battle rating calculations in this episode. Let's start from the basics first. What is styling power? Styling power is the sum of your clothing index score, makeup study stats, bound with Nikki, reflection stats, concept stats, nail set stats, and in the future, reconstruction stats. Reflection skill percentages and concept skill percentages will not affect your styling power base score in any way. The clothing index score is the raw score each clothing item has times your current Stylist Academy bonuses. You can find your total makeup study stats at the top of Makeup Brand. You can check your bound score every day when you buy movie tickets and snacks for Nikki. Your reflection stat is the stat for each reflection times your archiving bonuses. Concept stats only change based on how much you level each concept. Deepening does not affect this. Nail set scores will be added directly to this score with its archiving bonuses. And reconstruction of a dress will add more scores to your styling power in the future as well. Your styling power is important because all other percentages and styling multiplier will scale this up. The higher the styling power, the further amplification it would get through the multiplier, and hence the higher your final battle rating would be. Thus, it plays a vital role in your ranking. But have you ever wondered why your battle rating is so much higher than your styling power? And there is never a round in battles that shows you your reflection stats? Let me answer these questions and explain our battle UI fully so that you know exactly what you need to do to clear a stage. Your battle rating consists of 5 parts: clothing scores, nail set scores, modeling skill scores, shining moment, and call of reflection active skill. Call of reflection active skill is a score bonus added when you cast call of reflection skill in the battles. This can be found in the first part of your skill description. First, clothing scores, which equals 3 times your styling power. They will show up at the top left corner when you enter battles. The battle consists of 8 rounds. The game categorizes all pieces you're wearing into these 8 rounds. Let me break it down for you. They are dress, hairstyle, footwear, and 5 accessory rounds. In this case, the top and bottom are the same as the dress, and the game decided to put coats in this round as well. The hairstyle is self-explanatory. It only calculates a hairstyle score. Footwear has shoes and hosiery. The 5 accessories will be the 5 pieces of accessories that Nikki is currently wearing. Reflection stat, concept stat, bound, makeup study, and nail set scores are distributed by different weights to each round. This is the reason why you don't see these scores ever showing up on the UI, except for the nail score. It is a special one because the nail score also has its own standalone round, so the nail score is actually counted twice, but more on that later. Another key remark is that you need to put Nikki in all possible categories of clothing because the weighted above mentioned stats for the particular round will be 0 if you didn't equip a specific item. For example, you will lose 2% of the sum of your reflection stat, concept stat, bound, makeup study, and nail set score if you only put 4 accessories on Nikki instead of 5. The clothing score is the only stat that can be easily determined from your styling power. The rest of the 3 are more complicated, but they can be reflected through our styling multiplier. If you don't know what this means, check out episode 1 linked in the description. But if you don't want to watch that episode, in that case, it is a number that summarizes the skill effects of concept and reflections. Secondly, nail set scores. This is a special one because it is the only score currently in the game that is counted twice. Firstly, as we have mentioned before, the nail score is one of the 5 stat scores that got distributed to the 8 rounds of the clothing scores. Secondly, it also has its own round, which equals to your total nail stat in the fitting room times 1.05. So nail stats are actually worth around 111.7% compared to anything else that consists of your styling power because it is counted twice. Thirdly, modeling skills also have 8 rounds. They show up at the beginning of each clothing round, and you have to click on the correct buttons to cast these. Despite their naming system, these modeling skill rounds are only related to your styling power but not individual clothing rounds, which means that the modeling skill will trigger and score even if you don't equip the corresponding piece. I have to repeat this here because it is important. Modeling skills have nothing to do with your corresponding clothing stats, but only through your total styling power. For example, if you did not put Nikki in any shoes and hosiery, the foot round clothing score will be 0, but the modeling skill will be calculated according to their designated percentage. It would just be less because you won't have much styling power without the shoes and hosiery. Fourthly, Shining Moment. Shining Moment usually only occurs once but can be triggered with a certain reflection skill twice. The animation looks really fancy, but in the actual calculation, it is only multiplied by 0.2, so it's less of a bonus than it appears to be. It will trigger roughly around the same time as a hairstyle round. The game will require you to connect dots, which I'm so bad at. Certain concepts and reflection skills can boost this, but more on those in later episodes as they're too complicated to explain all in this one. The fifth and last aspect, Call of Reflection Active Skill. Call of Reflection Active Skill can be found on your reflection skill page. We call the first percentage bonus of whatever designer's reflection skill the active skill, because the bonus immediately triggers when you cast a reflection skill. But the second part can be a boost or a buff. For example, Lilith's Voice of Desire's Call of Reflection skill page says receives 17.5% scores of styling power, increases Shining Moment score by 87.5%, and its difficulty in 10 seconds. We consider the first part, receives 17.5% score of styling power, as the active skill. Here are a few more examples. Alright, that is it for the battle rating breakdown. I hope this episode helped you understand what exactly we're doing when entering styling battles. Thank you so much for watching and your amazing support. We'll be going over essential information on reflection in the next episode. See you next time, and bye!